All right, big 3, 2, 1, boom. Oh, let's do this official. This works every time in Vegas. 3, 2, 1, boom. Anyway, welcome to Energy Boom 101. This is actually a special episode. KBRL, we're now going to do a radio talk show as part of Energy Boom 101. The Barrel, KBRL, KBRL. We've already applied to the FCC for a license. We're not expecting to get anything from them. However, we are going to give you an Energy Boom 101 video on YouTube, a KBRL style radio talk show to bring you the breaking news. By the way, you get a great shot of Boom U in the background at dusk. And in case you're missing it, that neon sign right in the middle says Boomer Theater, but only Boom is lit up with the neon sign, and I shit you not, that is completely just happening on its own. Coincidence. Wish I could say that we arranged that, but we didn't. And that's our confirmation that there's only one Boom U, booby. Here we go. First off, agenda on the item number 1 on the agenda to shamelessly self-promote the release of the Boom. There it is. Oh shit! Look at that. The Boom. It hit the streets today. There's a great. Let's see if we can't crop it for you to really sell it to the kids. There it is. The Boom hit the streets today at Cafe Plaid. Hits Gray Owl tomorrow. Look at this. Here comes the. Oh shit! There it is. Look at these special effects. Unbelievable. Look at that. The Boom. So, go read that, for God's sake. Great stuff. Speaking of the Boom, in this glorious little instrument of investigation, we will look today into, oh shit, here it comes, the Daily Oklahoman, and this big story, if we can get it in focus for you, and I think we're going to work it in here. There it is. Huge. The Oklahoman, Barry Trammell, unbelievable writer, unbelievable mugshot right there, folks. The Sooner facelift. That is in reference to the Gaylord Memorial Family Football Stadium here at Boom U. By the way, the field is called Owen Field, believe it or not. It is today the Board of Regents of Boom U. By the way, Boom U's OU, don't deny it. The Board of Regents passed, they approved a proposal. Now, that doesn't mean that the money has been allocated yet, but a proposal for, quote unquote, major renovation and modernization to Boom U and to the Boom U football stadium, and we're going to use that as probably a good leading, not so much a leading indicator, but definitely a way for us to attempt to measure the boom. We've got our own bias here. We think that there's going to be a lot of energy money that's donated to this football stadium expansion because, according to the press release, there will be no tuition dollars or state money used. It will be bonds, so they'll sell bonds. You got to love that. We'll see who's doing that, underwriting the bonds. And then it will be private fundraising, which means donations from big dollar bills, because this is a big thing. I'm pretty sure we're going to hear about some energy names and individuals that can get their probably made their fortune in energy. Anyway, this is just one more great way we can track energy money coming to OU. And so we're really excited today to announce that the Board of Regents of Boom U, blah, 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 at almost 3 minutes and 30 seconds into the hour here at KBRL, the Board of Regents has approved this proposal for a major renovation and modernization. We're going to track that. Barry Trammell's got his own thoughts on it. I would suggest that everyone out there read this. He's one of the best writers in the state. We're not going to read it, but what the hell? Actually, I will. And we'll include that in the Boom, which has its own page dedicated to Boom U, which is booming. We're going to probably include now the modernization of the Owen Field and the Gaylord Family Memorial Stadium as a way to measure the energy money that's coming in. So this will be fun. And what we also want to do is just, since this is KBRL, the Barrel, reporting all the news that we can read straight from the newspaper, by the way, today we're going to read the Oklahoman's business section. And here it comes. I really like it because it's in green. It's a very pretty shade of green, and that's green for cannabis, I think. But we'd want to check in with the owners of the Oklahoman, who I doubt really support cannabis. But you never know. Interesting individual. I'm sure I'm going to mispronounce his name, but I think it's Philip Onschultz or something like that. I believe he's out of Denver, and I believe he's made plenty of money in real estate and oil. So we're going to see if we can't track him. And here at the Barrel now, as you enjoy this glorious view of Boom U at dusk, prepare yourself at about 5 minutes into the hour for the remainder of the show, which is KBRL, and fortunately you won't see me ever again on this dispatch, but you will get to hear the news. So let me position myself correctly to do nothing more than read the newspaper. What do you think of that? Here we go. Headline number 1, Tall Oak to build natural gas lines. This is by Jay Marks. He's a business writer for the Oklahoman. And shit, let's just give it a shot here, and this should be interesting. Fledging, by the way, fledging pipeline company Tall Oak Midstream LLC has scored a coup with a long-term acreage dedication from Aubrey McClendon's new company focused on Oklahoma's Woodford Shale. Ooh, this is interesting. Tall Oak, which is about 5 months old, will build a natural gas gathering and processing system in northern central Oklahoma to serve multiple producers in the liquids-rich play, which features stacked pay zones. Oh, I got to read this whole thing. This is too good. The system will be anchored by American Energy Woodford, LLC, an affiliate of former Chesapeake Energy CEO Aubrey McClendon. This is great. This is Symphony of Shale stuff, folks. We're going to include this on the Symphony of Shale because we can basically tie in Tall Oak, which is a 5-month-old natural gas company, to American Energy Partners, because the anchor tenant for Tall Oak's pipeline will be to carry American Energy's production from the Woodford. So this will be interesting. This will be just one more way we can measure the boom as it arrives in Oklahoma. I would argue that a company that's 5 months old is a great starting point to follow a boom, and that's what we'll do. And here we go. Quote-unquote, Tall Oak CEO Ryan Llewellyn said, "We're excited to have a project so close to home." Good. Llewellyn said the new Edmond company's existing relationships helped it secure American Energy Woodford's business after a request for proposals went out to about a dozen midstream firms. Midstream means they're the pipelines that carry the gas or the natural gas liquids or the oil. Anything you're pulling up from the ground, you son of a mo, is going to be carried on a pipeline, and that's what midstream references. Let's see. Carlos Evans, Tall Oak's chief commercial officer, had been manager of gas sales at Chesapeake. Well, there you go. American Energy Woodford's dedication spans an area of about 1 million acres that includes all previously undedicated acreage in Payne County and parts of 5 surrounding counties. Wow. So basically, American Energy Woodford LLC has about 1 million acres. I'm going to have to double check this, folks. We're live at KBRL, but according to this thing, it says they have a dedication that spans 1 million acres. So I think we're going to want to look into that. And the Oklahoma City-based company contributed its existing gathering lines to Tall Oak in exchange for a minority stake in the midstream firm's new system. Wicked! Okay, so Oklahoma City-based American Energy Woodford, if I'm reading this correctly, and we'll give it our best shot, because I'm sure I'm not, American Energy Woodford contributed their existing gathering line to Tall Oak's gathering line in exchange for a minority stake in the midstream firm's new system dubbed the Central Northern Oklahoma Woodford System. All right, now we're feeling good about connecting these dots. Tall Oak is a 5-month-old pipeline company that just struck a deal with American Energy Woodford, and American Energy Woodford gave Tall Oak their existing pipeline, and Tall Oak is going to add that to the pipeline they're going to build out, and this whole thing's going to be called the Central Northern Oklahoma Woodford System. And guess who's got a minority stake in it? American Energy Partners. And it has an option to increase its non-operating interest in the system to as much as 50%. Let's continue here as I try and keep up with this, because I'm sure that I can't, but we're going to do our best. Llewellyn, remember, this is the fellow from Tall Oak, said Tall Oak will build out about 250 miles of gathering pipeline, starting with the 60 miles it is acquiring from American Energy Woodford. This is incredible, folks. We're getting actual numbers now. So let's chart this up. I'm excited. Symphony of Shale update. That'll be the next dispatch. Tall Oak is talking to other producers about using its new gathering system as well. Tall Oak will also build a cryogenic processing plant to pull up Walt Disney's body. But seriously, folks, now that's not true. But they are building a cryogenic processing plant with nitrogen rejection capabilities south of Cushing. I don't know what the fuck that means. I apologize, folks. I used the word P-H-U-C-K. Actually, I used the word F-U-C-K, and I meant to preface it with a P-H-U-C-K. So I apologize. We're only 10 minutes into the hour here at KBRL. We'll wrap it up pretty soon. We'll hear the bells, trust me. At 15 minutes, when we've all been punished enough, we'll hear the bells. But let me continue. Tall Oak will also build a cryogenic processing plant with nitrogen rejection capabilities south of Cushing. The Battle Ridge plant initially will be able to process 75 million cubic feet of gas a day, but there will be room to quadruple its capacity if needed. So we can see where the bets are. The needs of American energy will grow as they drill more wells, Llewellyn said. The plant is expected to be completed by December. Tall Oak has up to $400 million in equity commitment from NCAP Flat Rock Midstream to spend on its new system. So we're connecting all sorts of dots here, folks. Let's figure out who NCAP Flat Rock Midstream is, and we'll put all this together, and it'll be a lot of fun. And it's a great little symphony of shale, and we'll just do it to the side, and we'll do our best to keep track of it. But that is some pretty big breaking news straight from the Oklahoman. So let's give a shout out to this gentleman right here, Jay Marks. Good article, good numbers. We recommend that you read it, and tell me what it means, for God's sake. Is there other news in the patch? There always is, but we're at 11 minutes into it, and I just want to take a breath. That's all I want to do here. Let's see what else we can find as you continue to gaze upon the glorious unfurling dusk that is Boom U, with the only old-school movie theater neon sign in the world that just says Boom, and that simply just happened. Now, let's talk about the boom possibly going bust. Could happen. All we know is there's a boom happening. We don't know how long it's going to last, but I'm pretty sure we can all agree that it has arrived. And that's what we're here to tell you about. So let's open up this glorious birdcage liner, and let's see what else we can find in the patch. I'm already feeling like we hit a gusher with a Tall Oak, and we're going to tweet it, kids. So prepare yourself for the unbelievable platform of headlines. We call it the headline platform, the tweet. Let's see. There's a bunch of stuff in here. Right now, here's a big thing. I'm just going to read you the headline. Oil train report exposes heavy Midwest traffic. Yeah, they're trucking a shitload of oil across all over the United States, and they're using trains right now because that's the only way they can do it. And oil doesn't wait on anyone, folks. It only waits on money, and money pretty much waits on oil at times. Okay, let's see what else we have in there. Business Owners Rate Oklahoma's openness. Oh, here's always a favorite one of mine, and this is a great time to do it. This is a little thing we called Oil Patch Jazz. We have at least 2 minutes before we hear the bells of Boom U. So get ready for some serious. Check this out. Oh shit. Those, my friend, are the bells. And we're going to oil patch in between the bells. Now, we're respecting them. We ask not for whom they toll. But we will drill a few gushers in between the bongs, no pun intended. Here comes, if I'm counting correctly, 9 bells. 1, and we have a completion in Alfalfa County by Chesapeake Operating at 232 barrels a day, and we've heard 3 bells. They also hit one for 57 barrels, that's 4 bells. And they hit another one for 27 barrels, that's 5 bells. And they hit another one for 250 barrels, that's 6 bells. And they hit the final one for 369 barrels, that's 7 bells. So there's 8, and that's all in Alfalfa County. There's 9, I think, and here comes a nice little song, a nice little ditty, as we gave you 5 completions from Chesapeake Operating in Alfalfa County that went anywhere from 27 barrels a day to 369 barrels a day, all in the same county, probably all in the same place. So you see a lot of variance there, a lot of room left here to probably enhance oil recovery. And I bet you in a couple of years these oil logs will be reading maybe a lot more like 500 to 1,500 barrels a day instead of 27 to 369. But we'll see. We'll see. We're in no hurry. We're also at 14 minutes into the hour here at KBRL. We're happy that you're with us, and we'll probably play some Thin Lizzy if we can ever get an actual radio show. Let's see, a few more completions. In Canadian County, just north of here, we got old Devon Energy. Hey, they popped one for 114 barrels a day, and they popped another one for 179 barrels a day, and that ain't nothing to sneeze at. Especially when you go to Johnston County and you see that XTO Energy, remember kids, XTO Energy, owned by ExxonMobil, pops one for 431 barrels a day. God bless them. Logan County, we got some. Oh, we got an O'Brien Oil Company. We got a new player to the patch. O'Brien Oil. Let's welcome the new player to the patch. We're at 15 minutes almost, so we have to sign out on O'Brien Oil. We'll see you tomorrow on Energy Boom 101 in the KBRL. Peace out.